and welcome to the Sunday Sister session number 10. So hello, if anyone's watching on YouTube, please hit subscribe. Hi Kenny Kins 46, nice to see you. Sorry, we're a couple of minutes late. So yes, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll get notified every time we add another live onto the session. So my name's Jennifer. I'm Just Jennifer Beauty, and my sis is just about to join. Hello.
I forgot my headphones.
Oh, it's okay.
I've got them.
Hi Kelly, how are you doing? Nice to see you joining us. Right, sis, how's it going?
Good.
Yeah?
Why don't you explain what our chat is about to people who haven't seen it before while I plug my headphones?
Sure. So we do Sunday Sister sessions, and we like to have a lot of fun, a lot of giggles, but also talk about topics that aren't always talked about, or that we feel should be talked about more, and it's always got something to do with what we're going through at the time. So it's tackling serious topics but being silly with it, and positive vibes and feel good vibes as well.
Yeah, I'm here now. I mean, hopefully you can hear me okay.
Yeah, we can hear you. Oh,
Yay.
Kelly's saying, I'm still here, LOL.
Oh, Kelly, you are our die-hard supporter. Thank you so much. It was so good. Seriously, we really appreciate it. And we want to know if you're doing the challenges with us every week as well, Kelly. Because we're going to do them every week, aren't we, Jen?
Yes, we are. We are.
Yay, positive vibes all the way, Kelly. You've seen Kelly's comment.
Woo!
I need your positive vibes, please.
No, fab. So yeah, so we'll have a chat and see if Kelly managed to do our task a little bit later when we talk about how we got on with those. But just very quickly, what funny thing has happened to you, or what funny thing do you want to talk about?
Okay, so
I'm
basically,
this is because I don't know it. Yeah.
This is something that happened a good few years ago, but it's still so funny. And I have to be really quick because I'm so bad at telling stories. I'm renowned for telling really long stories that aren't funny, and my friends rib me.
Wonderful. Should we just move on now?
Basically, right, my friends had a billionaire contact, right, that they were showing around town. Like, for some reason, I don't know why, they'd been hooked up in terms of like connections, and they said like, they're new to the area, can you show them around and show them all the nice clubs and blah blah blah. So my friend like dragged me out for the night, saying like, look, I have to bring all my friends to like make him feel welcome and stuff, like.
Right.
So we were
they
in
all
a pub.
female friends by any chance?
I mean, I'm not going to answer that question. So I wore my like beautiful Matthew Williamson designer dress, okay, and we went for a really swanky dinner in a place that I would never be able to afford, like at the time, and and we had a lovely meal. And then he was like, right, after a few drinks, he was like, right, well, cocktails, he was like, I'm going to show you my pad in the middle of Mayfair, okay, being done up by Philip Green's wife, who does all the like projects, like she just takes them on and does all this stuff. So I'm trying to act like really normal, like this is all perfectly normal, me being in Mayfair in this like huge house. Like you never would imagine that they have houses in Mayfair. You think they're all flats, but this is like a detached house. Like it's just set back so you can't see it. Anyway, we go in, like the swimming pool, the floor lifts up and turns into a dance floor. We're talking that level of like huge chandelier above it, all this art everywhere. And it occurs to me as we're walking around, I'm like, I really need the toilet. And this is like a beautiful place that is in the middle of being done. It's not even finished. So I'm like, are they even going to have working toilets here? I don't know. And I really feel rude asking him to use his bathroom. Like this, you know, it's like not my place. I barely know him. And he's got like book match marble in the bathroom. Like, do you know what I mean? And I'm like, that I'm desperate. So I'm like, I'll be with you in just a sec. And I like dash off from the group who are just like, ooh, like this, quick, 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 find the freaking toilet. Where is it? Like this, like running through this house. Eventually find a loo, like I'm literally about to pee myself, and find one that's working, check the flush works before I use it. I'm like, can't have this. Get on the toilet, right, do my business, whatever. And then I realise, oh my God, this dress, it's a dress where you lift the skirt up, but the beautiful tassel stays hanging down. No, look, Kelly, no, it was a number one.
Kelly, hilarious.
I tell a poo story. That's just not my style. Not unless.
I did actually wonder if that's where it was going as well, by the way.
No, this is all PG.
Worse.
I'd peed on my dress. It was in the toilet. Like the tassel part of it was in the toilet because it was horrifying. So, I mean, I did the best I could wringing it out and making it look, luckily it was a dark colour so you couldn't really see, and I just made sure I stayed at the back of the group. I found the group and I just stayed behind them the whole time.
No.
And then we like proceeded to go to this other really like swanky like members club, and I just like held the tassel
like a tail.
It was mortifying, and I was like, I was sat there like, why does this happen to me? Like, why can I not be like the person that can fit in with the billionaire? Like, why do I just even
pee on my dress?
It was hilarious. Yeah, so that's the story. I didn't do too bad. That was like 4 minutes or something.
That was really good. I love it. Well, mine isn't a story this time because my last week was the story for me. This time, it's about someone who I find really funny. So, if anyone hasn't heard of this comedian, Trevor Noah, I absolutely love him. He is South African, and he is just so funny. I know my dad actually sent me the link to him, and it was soon after our cat had died, so I was like down in the doldrums, and I went for a walk and just thought, oh, I'll play my dad's video, because I mean our dad sends us some quite strange videos now and again, doesn't he? So it's kind of hit and miss, bless him. But actually it was really funny, and I had my headphones in and was walking, sun was shining, and I was just belly laughing all the way round the park and around the streets. And then I started to YouTube him, and then was like watching every video, and I find every video so funny. So Trevor Noah, if you want a good laugh, right, I'm gonna put the link to him.
Yes,
I'll
please.
put the link to him in this. It's so funny, so funny.
I love a good comedian.
Yeah.
We all need laugh. It. I have a child situation. Yes, darling. Okay, darling, you carry on there, okay, and drink your water.
So what I love about this child situation is but this morning when we were talking about where we were going to do it, she was like, I'm going to run in and I'm going to be on the camera. We're like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
So she plans it all. She takes after her mother. She...
I know what you mean.
Oh, she pees on her dress too.
Hilarious.
So
look at this like cheeky monkey. She's so clever. She's like chosen this moment to ask for cake.
Oh, knowing yeah, because you can't say no. Yeah.
Clever girl.
Very clever.
Okay, she'll go far. Brains like that.
Right. So we're going to move on.
Yes, we've got our strict agenda.
We do strict agenda. But first of all, we haven't like factored this into time. Oh. We haven't put anywhere that we're going to talk about our task.
Our task?
How we got on with our task from last week.
Oh, I thought we did that at the end when we set the new one.
Okay, fine, let's do it.
So, sorry, I thought that's what we did.
Okay, fine.
Is that right?
So, the next thing is, do you want to? We will do an update.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, on my update.
Yes.
Hilarious.
And so
Yeah,
first of all, what's your new name, please?
well, that's what I'm saying. This is my update. It's hilarious. Like, for some reason, I don't know why, at the time we decided it, me and my producer, it was a good idea that I'd be called Love from Lisa Maria. It's just like the longest name in history and really complicated and difficult to spell. So it's like completely random, but we went with it. And then I was talking to a music industry friend, and he was trying to tell me a story. Like, he was like, so, for instance, if you imagine, what's your artist name again? I was like, Love from Lisa Maria. He was like, if you imagine, what's your name again? I was like, Love from Lisa Maria. Okay, so if you imagine, I'm sorry, what is your name again? I was like 3 times, and I was like, Love from Lisa Maria. He was like, oh, for God's sake. He was like, I can't remember that. He was like, you need a short and snappy name. It needs to like rhyme or something, all right? He was like, can you please just change it? I was like, okay. So it's now Love Lisa.
Oh, there we go. Lovely.
Why did I not think of that in the first place? I do not know. And it's actually better because all of my social tags are now the same. So on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, it's Love Lisa Singer.
Nice.
Bosh.
Nice.
Bosh. Yeah.
Bosh.
And I've got my new Spotify artist name as well. So guys, if you follow me on Spotify, please, please, please follow me on Love Lisa, because I won't be releasing any more on Love from Lisa Maria.
Awesome.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So that's my update.
Health Fitness, thank you for joining us. I almost couldn't say that then. I was getting tongue-tied.
Oh, Kennikin says she didn't see last week's task.
Oh.
So we'll have to recap her.
Yeah, we'll recap.
Okay.
So my little tip, my Just Jennifer tip,
Yes.
but this kind of feeds into our topic.
It does.
So it will make sense in a minute. But my essential oil that I am recommending is cilantro, which helps get rid of worry and control, and gives you sort of peace of mind and inner peace and self-acceptance. So you can use that oil with a fractionated coconut oil or a fractionated almond oil, any oil, carrier oil, any carrier oil, but if it's fractionated, it means that the saturated fat has been taken out of it, so it won't stain your clothes. So it's just a good...
thank you. Thank you for explaining that.
Yes.
Yes, okay, that's good to know.
Yes. Lolly, yes, I did. Did you say cilantro?
Cilantro. That's what you said, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, Lolly's just asked me. Yes.
Yeah.
Why, Lolly?
Did you say
Hi, Lolly.
Did you say cilantro? Wait, is the tone she means like, did you just say cilantro?
Yeah.
Like that.
Did you say cilantro? Or anyway. Anywho, so yes, it takes.
You're nutters. As in coriander, she's saying now.
It is, yes, exactly. It derives from coriander.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Lolly, you know your essential oils.
Professional.
So Lolly.
So that feeds into what? Go on.
No, go on. I was just gonna say, Lolly, do you want to take my place? You jump in, I jump out, and I'm just gonna drink wine.
Drink my wine. You wish. You're not leaving me hanging like that. Come off it. Just as we're about to hit the topic as well. Yeah, exactly. The topic for this week about control. And I know Redders, is he watching it? I don't know if he's on yet.
No, he's not yet. He's
Redders been on at me.
Golf or late, or he never
something.
makes it.
He's always late. He's always late. He's been ribbing me like, who controls who? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, we're not talking about control in relationships. We're talking about control over ourselves, aren't we?
Yeah. So your story this morning, and by the way, Lolly's just said she's on the gin, so I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I'm on coffee.
Yeah. So your
sorry
story,
that I'm moving around.
That's all right. Your story this morning was said about control, didn't it? Our subject this week is about control. Yeah. So yeah, he was very keen to see who controlled who, and we're not sure if he meant out of us two or females and males.
Sorry, Redders, the gimp suit will have to stay in the cupboard. We don't mean that kind of control. Sorry to disappoint you.
Sat there with it on, going, oh damn, I've got to get changed. He's not even on at the moment.
I know, poor guy.
Oh, sorry, Redders.
Right, so come on, let's say, because you had this one, didn't you,
Yes,
Jen? This
yes. So, I love control in my life, and Lolly will know that, as she's worked closely with me. Um, I love being in control or having control and systems, and even if I'm not in control, everything is controlled in my life.
Mhm.
Ideally. When I damaged my fingers and got my burns a couple of weeks ago, I was forced to not work. And so that was out of my control, completely out of my control. And it threw me into a massive spin to the point where I was questioning what I'm doing with my business, where am I going?
Oh wow.
Am I happy with do I want to change like careers completely? I was
Oh my God.
questioning, do I want to go back and train to be a paramedic for the ambulance service? Like it
Oh yeah.
literally threw me
I
massively in.
blocked that you'd said that the other day.
Yeah. And so it just made me question everything, and it's because I wasn't in control of my situation.
Mm.
And so I became really kind of like lethargic and was just like, I can't do treatments. I'm not doing what I normally do. I'm not going to the gym. I'm eating badly, and I'm just gonna sit with my kittens and sleep for 4 hours, And then it got to the point where I was like, don't feel guilty about taking a break and taking time for you. Um, and that was my biggest lesson that I learned last week, was to not tell myself off and not control myself for doing what I felt I needed to do or wanted to do.
Yeah. And when I was like, this is going way back, I used to like be so OCD, and I used to like have people used to be like, oh, I've lost my pen or whatever. I can't find it in my handbag. And I used to just think, what a loser. Like, I know exactly what's in my
What a
handbag.
loser!
Exactly.
I've got
A
compartments in my
loser.
handbag.
I know every inch of my handbag and what's in there. And like, you can't catch me. Like, no place around me. Honestly, like pathetic. But it was what I realized as I got older and like started, because I used to get into a panic, like if I was in
Sorry,
in the I know you're responding for lollies, yeah. That everyone else can't. Oh, they can if they're live, but not
Yeah.
later on. They can't
Yeah.
see the comments. Yeah. But yeah, so basically, I used to like have everything compartmentalized, like everything in my life, like everything. My wardrobe, for example, it still is a bit like this. Like it was in order, so that if anyone stole something out my wardrobe and put it back, I would know because it would be put back in the wrong place. Do you know what I mean?
Color coded, wasn't it?
It was color
Lisa?
coded. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then yeah, I'm not going to go into that. But but what I realized was that that was my coping strategy for anxiety, actually, because it was actually a way for me to feel in control, because I felt so out of control on the inside. If I controlled everything on the outside, then it made me feel like I'm winning, like it's not getting the better of me, that, I can handle life, I can do this, I'm safe because I'm in control, but and I used to like plan journeys to the nth degree. Like
Really?
I would literally plan the bus, the train, the airport, the thing, the taxi, the address. Like I would have everything. Like I'd have a little folder with me, like when we went traveling with my boyfriend at the time, and he was just like, what? I had like this like Rolodex kind of thing of stuff. But it also stopped me from enjoying things because I was just so thinking about like just coping. It was a coping strategy. So when as I got older, I realized like, oh my God, actually what this is that I just feel like on the inside I could unravel very quickly. And so I have all these things in place to stop me from doing that. And then I had to go on a journey to just actually be okay. Because now, like, it would even be going outside and being, in noisy places or a place that was dirty, it would just give me so much anxiety. Whereas now, I can cope with things because I've got the inner resources to be able to cope. And I think it's that, like, sometimes our control, we think, oh, we're just organized. I'm just efficient.
Yeah.
I'm a leader.
Yeah,
but
darling,
actually,
I've got it all.
Darling, don't you know? But actually, sometimes it can be that we're masking other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was just interesting that, yeah. And now my handbag's a mess, but I'm not a mess. I'm fine.
Yeah. And also that reminds me of when I was working for my previous employer, I was a taskmaster, and like you always said to me, like, you're so cold. Where's the Jen we know? Because I was in a managerial position, and they were like, and my sisters used to always say to me, when we talk to you, we feel like we're talking to the business Jen. Like it just
Yeah.
feels so cold. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like I don't know how I can be different. And I used to make, that's a side note, by the way. I used to nothing to do with what I was going to say. I used to feel like I had to do everything myself. You know, like it will only get done properly if I do it myself, and that's not true. And I didn't either. It wasn't that I didn't trust my team to do it, but I liked to be the one that was doing it all. But
Yeah.
what number
Doing it all.
one is when I got sick, it then suddenly threw up the fact that I suddenly wasn't there, and my department couldn't function properly without me there because I hadn't passed on any knowledge
Delegated.
on certain things that were higher level.
Yeah.
And secondly, I was making myself indispensable when I didn't need to, and putting a lot more pressure on myself, and it meant that my working hours were so long. But the reason why I was doing that is because in my personal life I wasn't happy with, you know, infertility issues and stuff like that, and I didn't want to deal with that. I was plowing it all into work. So you're right, a lot of the time we're masking something else that we don't want to deal with.
Yeah, and I think it can really stunt our creativity. So like that leads us on to our challenge for this week, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Can we just go through the comments very quickly?
Yes.
Because there's a few comments. Kelly says, oh, this is so me right now. I think we were talking about the control part. You should definitely know it's okay to have a break and heal, Jen, from Lolly. And then she said, it's so hard to relinquish control, though. I get it. It's so hard, isn't it? When something's your baby, or you feel like something's your baby, whatever it is, it's so hard to let go of the reins and go, you guys have got this. I'm going to do something else, you know, take a step back.
Later.
Yeah. It's like, no, it's all mine. No.
Yeah. Oh, God. That's the Jen I'm talking about. The Grinch. But yeah, so I think one of the good ways, because I think a good way to overcome it is to get used to not being in control, because then those feelings will come up, that whatever you are, if you are suppressing, then whatever you are suppressing will start to come up when you get yourself in that out of control state. And if you just do it, look at Jen's face. Fear of God.
I don't like those. I don't like what comes up when I'm out of control.
But the only way to let it go is to just like let it go through you. So you can deal with it in a really creative, fun way, can't you?
Yes, you can.
So so we've got your
sweats, by the way. It's just suddenly gone really hot.
So one of the ways we said was to like go for a walk, but with a dice, and roll the dice. Whenever you get to a junction, roll the dice.
Yeah.
Or like flip a coin, heads or tails, as to which direction you go. Or if you're at a junction, you could use the dice if there's more than two options.
Heads or tails is probably easier than getting on the floor and rolling a dice, and then it goes into the road and you've got to catch it. What number was it? Stop.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think you could be right there. So that would be a good one, just to like.
That's one of the tasks. The other one is to think of 7 things. That's 5. Think of 7. That's 8. Think of 7 things.
Fundamental like maths here.
Think of
and
7.
she was an accountant.
Was being the operative word. Think of 7 things.
That's 8.
Anyway, no, I'm doing that as a joke.
Okay.
We've got 3 minutes, damn it. Think of 7 things.
Quick.
Write them down.
Yes.
7 things that you would love to do that are achievable, easy to do now in the current climate that you haven't done. They can be small things. It can be go for a walk in the sun or read a book by the fire or whatever it may be.
Love that
Write
one.
them down, fold them up, put them in a jar, shake them, and each day in the morning pick out one, and you must do it that day.
Yeah. And what was the other one?
The
I
other
have to
one was
refer to.
about art. So our
Oh,
our
yes.
mum and Mitchell, who's watching
Who's
now.
just joined.
Hi, mummy.
Hey, mummy.
Yes, go on.
Louise Fletcher. Mum follows Louise Fletcher. She's really, really good, and she's all about, her art is based on the moors in Yorkshire, but they're very abstract, and her techniques are really lovely, where you just like paint the whole canvas or the whole page one color, spin it around, turn it upside down, put some sand on it, like put another color in a random corner here, turn it around again, get some leaves, and like literally just do random stuff. And don't judge it, don't know what the end outcome is, and just explore, because that creative process is a great way for you to just relinquish the control, switch the mind off, and just have a bit of fun.
And express as well.
Express, yeah. And you never know, by the end of it, you might love it. But it doesn't matter, like the end result is not what matters, it's the process.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's our challenge, guys. Pick one of the three, or three if you want, if you've got loads of time on your hands, which I don't. And please report back about what you think and how it works for you. And last week, I nearly had a bath every day. I know it sounds really simple, but actually it was amazing. It was amazing. Like, I had a bath with a glass of wine one night, a cup of tea and a chocolate bar another night. It was lush. I did a meditation another night, read my book another night with candles.
Nice.
Oh, I can't tell you how amazing it felt. Like, and literally there was one day where I didn't really feel particularly stressed. I know I was dealing with a lot of stuff at the time, but as soon as I hit that water, I could just feel it all leave my body, and I was just like, oh.
See, I love the idea of the bath, but then when I get in it, I kind of like sit there, and then I'm like, okay, now what do I do? And then I get really hot, and then I feel like the heat rising, and then I'm like, oh, I've got to get out. So I can never really be in a bath for more than 5 minutes. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong.
I used to be like that. I now don't do it as hot. I get hot too. I stick my feet out. That's too much information.
Idea. Yeah, stick your feet out.
But you do
You're
need, like,
taller than me, though. If I stuck my feet out, my head would go under.
But you need to have, like, set the atmosphere, set the mood.
Oh, I do. Oh, yeah. Barry
White.
Yeah. I can't. Yeah. With the chocolate bar.
Yeah. Honestly, you need a flake.
And my task was to set emotional goals instead of things that I needed to achieve.
How did that go?
It didn't go so well. It didn't go so well. The thing that did go well is when I went, oh, well, I'm not going to feel guilty about doing nothing today, because I was telling myself off, and I'm very harsh on myself. And when I had one day where I slept with the kittens for 3 hours, and I then was like, my inner critic was like, you're pathetic, you're useless, you're wasting your time, like, you're unworthy, your husband's out working and you're doing nothing, like, you're putting on weight, you're not eating right, and
oh my God,
just sort yourself out. And so the next day I was like, I'm not going to feel guilty about sleeping with the kittens, and so I slept with them for 4 hours the next day.
Oh, lovely. Honestly, that inner critic of yours, she's a bitch. She's a bitch.
She is.
Oh my God, I'm like horrified listening to all the stuff that went in.
Horrid. She is.
Yeah, okay, well, it's good that you're addressing that. Yeah, she can sit right up.
Yeah,
go away.
Says, oh no, Jen, tell that inner critic to go away. Yeah, I know. Has anyone seen Over the Hedge animation with Hammy the hamster who's got OCD? He's like, is he coming with us? Because I don't want him to. That's what I'm like with my inner critic.
With your exactly. Yeah, and you just need to be like, you know what, you deserve this break, like counter talk it.
Yeah.
Counter talk like tell yourself the opposite.
Yeah.
Get my words out eventually.
So very quickly, we are going to do the draw.
Yes.
So for last week, everyone
whoever watches,
on
the live on Instagram, they get entered into our draw for an amazing goodie from Just Jennifer. So Jen's done the random. Oh, I saw Kelly then. Oh, it's Joshua Bird.
Ooh,
is it Bird?
Yes, it is. Joshua_Bird. And
Yay!
I don't
was
know
a
who
new
this
viewer.
is. It's a new viewer.
So,
Joshua Bird.
What did Redders decide on in the end?
He went with the Feel Good candle, and he posted it on Instagram when he received it, saying it smelled beautiful even before he lit it.
Oh, lovely.
So Joshua Bird,
you are in for a treat.
You have got the Indulge candle.
Oh my gosh, you're so lucky. I'm well, Gel.
And that fits in quite well because it's all about self-acceptance.
Look, he couldn't make this stuff up. The coincidences.
Well, we did.
Oh, guys, on that note, we're finished for the day because we're being really short and sweet, half an hour. Yeah, we covered it all.
Oh, Lolly's been burning Escape all afternoon. Thank you, Lolly. I'm glad you like it.
If you haven't checked out Just Jennifer, seriously, her scents are beautiful.
And
my favourite is amazing.
Thank you so much. Okay, guys, so we're going to post all of our little links and bits in the description. And we'd love for you to try the task for this week that we've set, if you can. And just drop us a comment and let us know how you get on with them.
And Kelly, good luck with your husband having his operation.
Oh, yes, I did it. Yes. Yeah,
good
I
luck.
hope everything's okay. When is that? Tomorrow?
And I have a silly question. We've mentioned a boyfriend and a hubby now. Are we in a...
Really?
Just kidding.
Oh.
Are we in an open relationship? No, I'm just joking.
Are we in a hive? Do you know hive? That's a new word that I didn't know. Hive. Is when a woman has multiple males.
So she's the queen
bee. It's a hive.
Love it. Okay. Yes, a hive.
Yes.
That's a thing I won't be trying. Oh no, but seriously, good luck, Kelly.
Yeah, good luck, Kelly. Thank you so much for joining, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Remember to hit subscribe and like and share as much as you can to send the love and positivity vibes out there.
Yay! Have a wonderful week ahead, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Love you all.
Bye. Oh, she has a fiance